Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear Mr. Yulianti MPD, as a lecturer in the Bussines English course, and all my friends who I am proud of, praise and gratitude. Let us pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and my salawat and greetings continue to be bestowed on the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Let me introduce myself, Lusi Patimah, as the moderator who will lead the Group 6 presentation. Previously, I will introduce the member of Group 6, which group members are named Melda Yulia, Apipah, Fariz dan Almustaqim, and Febriany, Wanda, Ruhyana. To shorten the theme, let's go straight to the quiz material that will be reviewed by Apipah. Then are welcome.
Thank you, Lucy, for giving me the time to deliver this material. First material delivered by Mr. Yulianti MPB, STI PGRI Sukabumi. In this material is was conveyed the communication skill in this era of Industry 4.0. As we know, we cannot be separated from communication, both verbal and non-verbal communication, because communication will manage misunderstanding, which the problem is that very few people understand the importance of effective communication skill. So sometimes what is conveyed is very difficult for communication partner to achieve. There are 9 points about good communication procedure. The first point discuss emotion and communication link. In this film, we will use how important emotions are in communicating. The second discuss between communication and information. Everyone has different information. There are people we have good quality information. There are people who have good quality information. There are also people wait for quality information. Import or not information will make communication to be more intense and can be trusted will be the other person we are talking to. The three is both being displayed as communicator. Of course, we must be able to be the center of attention of many people. The fourth discuss the use the word I properly in communication. The fifth discuss in anticipation of the rapid flow of information. The sixth discuss the originality of information in communication. This is something that must be considered when conveying information in communication. If we provide genuine and real communication, then we will avoid misunderstanding. The seventh discuss how in communicating. The eighth discuss personal relationship. This personal relationship has influence on communicating. The ninth discuss our creativity in communicating. That's all I say. I can say sorry if there are mistakes. Thank you.
Next material 2 will be reviewed by Fariz dan Almustaqim. Time are welcome.
Thank you so much to Miss Lucy as a moderator for giving me a time. Ladies and gentlemen, to introduce myself, I am Fariz Ramdan Almustaqim, who will review the past material on the webinar, which was conveyed by Mr. Jilal El Furqon as the lecturer at UI. The second material was delivered by Mr. Jilal El Furqon, speaking. As we know, this increasingly rapid technological development allows the replacement of human resources with robots or advanced technology. Needs in it is estimated that by 2030, around 800 million jobs will be replaced by automation and AI. Industry 4.0 Industry 4.0 has the first advance can be seen at this point. All types of activities are carried out digitally or online, ranging from school, work, shopping, and other. The impact of the industrial era 4.0 on human resource. The first is the emergence of new jobs. It can be seen that now there are many jobs that use advanced technology. The second is change to existing jobs. These jobs are replaced by more modern advanced technology. The third is that work becomes more flexible. For example, wherever we are, even though we are not in the office, we can still do our work whole meetings even though we are out of town, attend lectures even though we are in other countries, and many more. In this era of Industry 4.0, what is needed more is soft skills. There are several examples of soft skills needed in the era of Industry 4.0, including 1. Complex problem solving, think critically, self-creativity, the ability to manage other people, or can be called.
Thanks for the presentation. Furthermore, material 3 will be reviewed by Febriany, Wanda, Ruhyana. They are welcome.
Thank you for Lucy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Febriany Wanda Ruhyana. In the third material is the generation Z and generation Y by Mr. Denny Darmawan. He is a writer, YouTuber, lecturer, and blogger. The current generation, or can be called the Z generation, this generation that is using gadgets in everyday life. Generation Z can be called the mobile generation, where 93.9% of them are connected to the internet, addicted user, internet consumption, or use 7 hours per day. Meanwhile, the millennial generation, or generation Y, is called the internet generation. This millennial generation is only 88.4% connected to the internet. Heavy user, internet consumption is only 4 to 6 hours per day. These two generations dominate the use of social media in Indonesia, most of which come from young people. But we also need to be careful because this digital footprint is very difficult to remove. What we post, what we comment on is recorded correctly. Most of these social media users do not understand the digital literacy they should apply. What is digital literacy? Digital literacy is the knowledge and skill to use digital media, communication tools, or network in finding, evaluasi, using, creating information, and utilizing in a healthy, wise, intelligent, careful, and law-abiding manner in order to foster communication and interaction in daily life. The following are digital literacy points that all social media users must know and apply. Number 1, digital skill. Before we use social media, we need to know and understand how to use social media. Number 2, digital safety. Number 3, digital culture. And number 4, digital ethics. The individual ability to model, adapt, and rational is not just young people who are now using social media. Even minors are we also used to using social media. Digital literacy goals. The purpose of digital literacy so that we better understand the world of social media. Use social media wisely can distinguish between good and bad because what we post and what we comment on will be seen by the whole world. Thank you.
Furthermore, material 4 will be reviewed by Melda Yulia. Thank are welcome.
Thank you so much to Ms. Lucy as a moderator for giving me time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. I am Melda Yulia, who will review the last material on the webinar, which was by Mrs. Tiasa Alfiati as a motivator, trainer, and writer. The material she compared was about code mixing. Code mixing is mixing two or more language in one speech act. It occurs as bilingual or multilingual. Without us knowing it, we often use this code mixing in communicating, either talk, chat, or direct communication. The example at DWS becomes get well soon, then aku udah OTW nih, and please when asking for help. The example illustrates that we have mixed up two different languages. The next one is about self-development. Personal development consists of activities that develop a person's capabilities and potential, build human capital, facilitate employability, and enhance quality of life and the realization of dreams and aspirations. There are 7 points of self-development target in English communication: plan, motivation, training, creativity, develop, learning, and goal. And more about personal branding. Personal branding is the process of forming public or public perception of the aspect that a person has. This aspect include personality, abilities, values, and positive perception that are generated or exist within the individual. In a way, personal branding is your way and opportunity to showcase your uniqueness and characteristics. To build this personal branding, we can do know yourself, be consistent, find your authentic, create digital network, upgrade yourself, and last, good internet connection. Maybe that's a review of the material that I can compare. Thank you, and I return to Ms. Lucy as a moderator.
Thanks for the presentation. The conclusion that can be drawn this time are: communication is one of the main skills that everyone needs to face competition in the digital era. Therefore, effective communication is very important to face the industrial era 4.0. In addition to effective communication, another important thing that we need to instill is an understanding of digital literacy, how to use social media wisely so as not to have a bad impact to us or others. The last thing we have to prepare in self-development in facing the industrial era 4.0. We must develop ourselves in several ways, including developing our communication skills, preparing the target language that we must master, specialist English, having high creativity, and being able to think critically. That's the material that we can convey. Let's say Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I, as a moderator, apologize for my mistakes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.